Hello, party people.
Hello.
Coming to you today, two separate locations, and we masking it up on one end. So
I'm
let's
coming.
talk. Okay,
I'm coming live
so
to you from Chicago.
let's RJ, please, hold in my room. Please, then keep it down. Okay. So
Oh,
Reginald, no noise. No, go in the room with your sister, please.
I'm glad you're talking
Then
to him and not me.
all right. So today, I want to talk about what we're holding on to that no longer serves us, right? So, the things
Okay.
that we hold on to from the past, so what we used to do, um, and it really doesn't work now. So, you're forcing it into your life and you're choosing not to change your ways
Okay.
and how it affects how you deal with other people because you're holding on to how you used to do something. So, I'm by myself. What's wrong with you? Come here. So anyway, I'm gonna just keep talking while he comes back. Um, when we hold on to things that no longer serve us, like the unresolved trauma, right? We self sabotage, and when we self sabotage, it stops us from growing. So when you decide to make a choice on what you want to do, is when you actually start to grow. So ask yourself sometimes, what are you willing to do for you? How are you willing to show up for yourself when it truly matters? Because we'll show up for anybody and everybody all day. But the minute we have to do it for us, it's always a struggle. So let's say, let's take something simple, something that you hold, like your your mama used to do it, right? And you hold on to that because your mama used to do it, but does it really work for you? Does it really work? Or is it something you're holding on to because you feel like you should truly accept that it's something that doesn't serve you? Hold on. All right, you there?
Yes,
So
I'm here.
I was talking about how we hold on to stuff that no longer serves us, and just because our parents did it, people feel like you don't have to. It'll hurt them if you change, right? If you do something different than your family is doing, they will look at you like, "Oh, you trying to you think you're better than us." We're having some issues, but you think you're better than us because you are trying to level up. Um, for me, I truly believe that everybody is made for greatness. No matter where you're at, what you're doing, how you're doing it, you and everything you do is meant for you to do. But if you continue to sit in a place where you're unhappy, but you're just doing it because somebody thinks that's what you should be doing, how are you showing up for yourself? You could show up for everybody every day, all day. You show up to work, you show up for people, you show up for your family, you show up for everybody. But when it comes to you, you downplay yourself for other people's feelings. Now, today I was like, what is it somebody needs to hear today? And I want you to ask yourself, what are you willing to commit to for you? So let's say you're trying to lose. I hear this all the time, right? I currently am an Arbonne independent consultant, and we have a 30-day challenge. Now, the list that you have to cut out for the 30 days is vast, right? It's a list of things that you have to 30 days, just 30 days. And a lot of people turn their nose up at it because of what they have to cut out. And when they come, it's like, oh yeah, no, I can't do that. Hold on one second. When when they say, you know, oh, I can't do that. I can't give up that. I can't do this. For me, you're saying no to you and what you need for you. So it comes to a point when you say, what am I willing to do for me? How am I showing up for me? So let's say, with the instance, somebody comes in and they want to do a challenge, right? They want to lose 10 pounds. And yes, that is a very big thing to do in 30 days. It takes more than 30 days. And it takes your dedication. What are you dedicated to do for you? So it says, it says it wants me to add them, but I can't add you. It says that you're just scrolling. It's on the screen. So I'm just keep talking, but I can't hear you. Maybe try logging off and logging back in. It says I can't add you. So you want to lose 10 pounds, and on our 30 days, it's alcohol, coffee, gluten, dairy. I mean, be honest with yourself, right? What you can't give up, know that will play a part in your results. And it's with everything you do. You want to do something, you have to be dedicated to you. How much are you willing to disappoint you when it comes to the end goal, right? So we go into it, we say we want to lose 10 pounds, but we don't want to give up alcohol, right? We talked about this. Malik talked about this in our first thing, she didn't want to give up alcohol. And a lot of people don't. They're like, I have to have this one drink, or, let's go with desserts. We don't want to give up desserts. What we need to do is find what works for us, right? Stop committing to what other people think you should do. Commit to you. So if you don't want to give up, our 30 days, we have a list of everything you got to commit to, getting out of your diet. But if you don't want to commit to it, do not find somebody else or something to blame because you didn't stick to that. And it doesn't mean just the Arbonne 30-day to have a living. It is everything you do in your life. What are you committed to get you to where you want to be? You want to lose 10 pounds. Let's say, well, we got the keto, right? Keto is, for me, it's a very unhealthy way of losing weight because you are devouring cheese. Cheese is one of the most unhealthy things you can eat, but they live by it, right? Live what you love. So what are you committed to stick to, right? Because people, they start something and then they don't see the results as fast as they want to, so they quit. And then they jump to something else, and then they jump to something else. But mentally, what do you think that's doing to you and your body? If you're consistently jumping from thing to thing and never sticking with one thing. Yes, everything is not for all of us. What I use, what you use, it's not. What do you mean?
I love purchasing Stevie.
Brianna, please. Okay? What are you continually committing to? Get down. If you continue to quit, that's what you'll always do. But you got to truly say to yourself, I want to commit to this change. I want to be better for me. So start with changing one thing. If you can commit to that for 30 days, add something else and add something else. You will see how being consistent will keep you where you need to be because of the fact that you're consistently doing something. If your body is always looking for that next change, always looking for that next thing, it's going to always look for that next thing because you're never committing to anything. So it tells you a lot about yourself. Like, where in your life, because I've done a lot of courses, a lot of classes, it's like you have to look back at what you're seeking from when you were a child to what you've brought into your current. Right? So what are you doing now that doesn't serve you? And how did it serve you back then to where it's serving you now? Because in reality, things that we do, the places we go, the things that we do, we pick up things from people and we enter it into our life. But then you have to ask yourself, why not commit to being better? Why not include being better? So the next thing I want to ask you is, how many times have you let you down, right? Because that's another question you have to ask yourself. When you say, I'm gonna do this, if it's not even losing weight, say it's reading a book, one book a month, right? You get into the book and you get distracted, and then you don't read that book. So now, because you didn't read that book, now you moved on to the next month and you don't read another book, right? So what are you committing to? What are you doing? What is it that you want from life that you don't have right now that you're blocking yourself from? I had a conversation with somebody, I want to say last week, about the fact that they know what they want, but they don't know how to go about it, right? And everything we do starts with us, right? It's what you think in your head that you actually put out there for everybody to see. You can put up a front all day, but if you don't take action on that thing you want, it's never going to come to pass because you're continuing to choose to stay in the same place. So it's the choices we make in life, the things that we do that keep us stuck. How do you want to show up for you? And I don't know what happened to my guest, but it won't work. I guess the internet's not strong enough for him. So, for me, I challenge you, right? It's a challenge to step up and step out for yourself, right? So you take and you say to yourself, I want to accomplish whatever goal it is. Whatever goal you feel like you want to chat about, whatever goal you want to talk about, put it out there, write it down, and state a date. How long will it take you to accomplish this thing? And who's going to keep you accountable for accomplishing it? Who are you going to tell and the date that you're going to do it by so they can hold you accountable? And don't get upset at that person when they ask you, what's going on with your goal? What are you doing? What's your next step? Because when you start getting defensive about what people say to you that you ask them to do, it makes people stop wanting to help you. Because in reality, who wants to help somebody that's always so quick to get defensive about something that they said they wanted, right? Because people every day, they be like, oh yeah, I want to lose 10 pounds. I'm gonna keep with that number, right? I want to lose 10 pounds. But today I said I'm not going to eat gluten. And then I go to dinner and I got choices, right? Put the choices in front of me and I choose to have something with gluten. What are you telling yourself? Like, you don't matter because I'm going to eat this regardless. No matter how it makes me feel in the end, no matter how horrible I feel in my clothes, how horrible I feel in the day, like I'm always tired, you're always going to go back to the same thing because you're not committed to you. The problem is we are never committed to ourselves, so we can never accomplish what we accomplish because our commitment is flip-floppy, right? We go out to eat with some friends. We're sticking to this thing. We go out to eat with some friends and immediately somebody at the table says, why are you not eating that? Like, that's dumb. Oh, they think it's dumb. So let me now take on their thoughts about what I need to do for me. Oh, they said that I shouldn't be there. Just eat what you want. Just live your life. It's true. Live your life. But if you're not happy with where you are, what are you willing to do for you? Because you could easily say today, I did this. But if tomorrow you're doing the opposite, what are you telling yourself? Because everything we do starts with self. Like, what am I telling me? And what am I saying to me that is stopping me? So I want to know, I'm going to FaceTime him so he can hear this. I want to know what somebody else thinks. I think I should just FaceTime and you just talk. They may not be able to see you, but you can be heard.
Okay.
Because at this point, it's not working.
Right.
So I've been talking about the commitment to ourselves, right? And when people say they want to lose 10 pounds, right? How committed is that 10 pounds, right? So today we're committed to losing 10 pounds, but then when we go out with friends say, oh, why are you not
Oh,
eating
you
that?
look good.
Huh?
They say, oh, you look good.
Why are you not eating that? That's stupid. That's just dumb. That's stupid. You should eat what you want. You should live your life. But for me, what is that telling you? If you're not happy with where you are, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. They can think whatever they want. It's about what you think about you and how you feel about how you're showing up. Because all day somebody be like, oh, you cute. Yeah, but at night when I see me, I'm like, oh God, what was I thinking? what am I doing? But then you be like, oh girl, you cute. But self-sabotage always tells me I'm not cute. I'm gonna stick to what I was doing. So how do you show up for you? Do you continue, or do you let other people's thoughts stop you from not eating those carbs, not eating those the product that you know ain't helping you? So one of my examples was the 30 days to healthy living. When people see the list of cutting out alcohol for 30 days, coffee for 30 days, what else? We got gluten, we got dairy, we got a list of things, no processed foods for 30 days. Oh, I can't do that. I can't have my coffee. I can't do that. I can't drink alcohol. I can't do that. But when we do things that benefit us, so I start a life change. And I think that this program is amazing, but I cannot give up alcohol. Just know that because you don't want to give up the alcohol, you cannot not do the challenge. It's just you won't get the results as good as if you cut that one last thing out. It's always that one last thing that keeps us from getting where we want to, right? So it's like, okay, I won't cut out alcohol, but it may take me 30 days extra to lose 10 extra pounds. It may take me a little longer to get there, instead of just not doing it at all and just eating whatever we want. Because at this point, it comes to us doing what benefits us. So what works for me may not work for you, but if you change what works for you and know that, don't blame me when you don't get the results you want because you didn't want to cut out that last little thing, but you can get the results, just not as the fast as you want them.
It's how bad you want it. It's no matter what anyone says. And for instance, as I was telling you the other day when I was walking around the block, I was talking to one of my neighbors, and he said, hey, man, I got to lose some weight. My wife got to lose some weight or what have you. I said, what? I was like, yeah, I need to lose weight too. And what did he say? Oh, you look great. Yeah, but it's not how I want to look. You don't remember me from 2 years, 5 years, 10 years back, when I was a man. He don't remember that. He don't know what I'm capable of. He don't know what the final results could be.
Yes.
All he sees me is that I'm slimming than him right now.
Yes.
So continue doing what you're doing because you look good. But it's not what I want to look like right now.
Yes.
And I think you can't listen to everybody. Yeah, you may be one step ahead of them, so they will tell you, hey, you look great. But it's not where you want to be. So you have to continue to do what you need to do in order to accomplish your dreams and goals. I'm trying to bring sexy back. That's what it's about.
I hope that this recording, I hope that they can hear. But he wants to bring sexy back. So
yes.
But
because not only do I want to bring it back, not because for saying, hey, look at me, but it brings so much more to it. You start feeling better, you think better. Not to say you're overconfident in anything, but you just feel good about yourself. You feel like you're gaining somewhere. You just feel good. Even when you're eating right, you'll feel a whole lot better. You don't feel bloated. You don't feel like you start feeling better, you think better. Was that me?
I was making sure I could hear it on the thing.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead.
So it doesn't matter what anyone says. You have to go out there and get it. You know what you want. You have to go out there and get it, no matter what anyone says. even though I look better than all my friends, then I need to find some new friends that look better than me. If that's what it takes, that's what I said. I'm going to give up my friendship, but I need to find somebody else that looks better than me. It's almost like going to the gym and you're like, yeah, look at me, I'm working out, I got big muscle and everything, and then this big dude come in, and you're like, oh my god. Then you kind of want to go to the corner and say, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay in the gym a little bit longer because I don't want to be like that. These people here want to be like me.
Yes.
But I want to be like that over there. So you got to focus on that next. That you have to do one upper, two uppers.
I mean, it is. It's true. It's the same thing as when you're trying to level up mentally and in your business and everything. You don't hang around people who are below you. You hang around people where you want to go. So everything you do in life is connected. You want to lose weight. Why are you hanging out with them people? I'm not saying leave your family. I'm not. But I'm just saying, mentally, they're not where you want or need to be. So family dinners, I'm not saying not to eat family dinners, but make a better choice, right? If they're not cooking what you need, figure out how you can implement what you need into what everybody else is doing. If you want to include yourself, if you don't want to feel left out. But that's where it comes back to people feeling left out, right? They don't want to be looked at like that person. For me, I will go out, and if I know that this is what I'm sticking to, I am going to stick to what I need because it's for me. It ain't for anybody else.
That's right.
It's for me. You can look at me crazy. It's cool. I'll look crazy to whoever needs me to look crazy. But the point of the fact is, I do what's meant for me. Like, I don't eat. If I'm on a challenge and I'm not eating gluten, I'm not eating dairy, I'm not drinking, I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to change my lifestyle for somebody else's feelings. And that's what we do.
Because you hurt my feelings.
Well,
I couldn't have it either.
At this point, when I commit to something, it's a commitment because that's what the results I want. So for me, if I got a goal, I'm sticking to my goal. I'm not going to let nobody else deter me because the minute I let you deter what I want, I'm going to always be flip-floppy and I will never stick to something because I'm so busy trying to commit to being whatever everybody else thinks I should be.
To include your husband.
To include him, to include your husband, like include I am committed to me. Like, if he don't want to do a challenge, you ain't got to do a challenge, boo. I'm going to sit over here and I'm going to eat my stuff and I will cook what you want. But just know, in the end of it, don't come back and blame me because you didn't get the results you want because you weren't committed enough.
Yes, and it goes back to show you that you have to make yourself happy before you can make other people happy.
Yes.
So I'll tell you all day that, hey babe, you look great. And now you got that tan going on, that sun.
Hold on. I got microneedling today. So that's why my face is red because I got microneedling.
Oh, you must be very nice. You know how to get that microneedling every day. See, I was against it at first, but now, wow. I really enjoy it.
Ooh,
It's a nice look today. That's why I keep screenshot pictures of it.
I've been
screenshot pictures of you because
at this point, it's a choice you make for you, right? Like when I went to get the microneedling, the girl was telling me about things, and she's like, "Yeah, you don't need to get it until you turn 40s," and I'm like, "Girl, I'm 41." She was like, "What?"
Yeah, but you look 24.
And that's the thing. Because I choose to eat properly. I choose to do what I need to do for me and not let anybody else deter what I do and what I choose to do. You could look at it sideways, but in the end, you secretly want to know what I'm doing because you want to know, but you want the easy way out. And that's the problem. Everybody always wants the easy. Easy is good, but it don't last. Like, what is it really truly doing for your body if you're saying I can eat this full plate of food and take this pill, but my body ain't gonna hurt from it. It is because it takes so much to break down food, and in the end, your body is struggling, and all you're doing is masking what needs to truly be fixed.
Yeah, and it also goes into when you say in order to what's the saying they say? In order to make money, you gotta spend money. So you can't expect to hold back on spending your money if you're not trying to get anywhere. It's just like a business. You can't say I'm gonna start a business and not have any money. You gotta spend money to make money.
And the products, right? People say the cost.
Yeah,
the cost.
The cost. That's it. The cost. Yeah, it may cost something, but guess what? It's like a house. You want to put some real. You gotta spend some money to get the house that you want, or else you gotta settle. And then when you settle, what happens is like you're gonna be in that house for a year. You're like, man, I should save my money up and got a bigger house. It's like a car.
I regret this.
For a car. Yeah, I regret. We had that conversation today.
Yes.
So you can't go through life regretting not getting it because of the cost.
Yes. You may say, because if people say, "Oh, I don't have the money now." Okay, what are you committed to tell the universe that this is what I want? This is what I'm going to do, and it's not your job to figure out how to get it. It's not.
Yeah. So when you started this episode here, that's exactly what I used to do. I used to penny pinch. Even though I had the money, I would penny pinch. I was like, oh, well, hey, this costs that much money. You're like, so look, we need it, we get it. And if I didn't give it, you would give it. And I look back and say, babe, you did the right thing, you did the right thing. You can't go through life penny pinching. If you really want it, get it. You gotta enjoy it. But because if you don't, you gotta look back and say, oh, I should have, would have, could have. I should have got me a pool. I should have got this car that I've always wanted. And then you see your friend driving down the street, that Mercedes that you've always wanted, and you know they got more. They make less money than you. You're like, wait a second, girl, how you get that?
Yep.
It's like, well, guess what? I saved for it. I just saved for it. I didn't buy a car every 2 or 3 years. I saved my money I drove that car for 10 years. And when I paid this car off in 4 years, I saved that payment. And that's what people have to do. They have to, when they pay it off,
yep.
Yeah, so when they pay it off, you take that money and you put it on another bill. Or you save that same amount of money. Then go make another bill. But see, I didn't think like that a long time ago. I didn't. And now I just pay whatever it is, I pay it off. If you got a credit card, you're spending $2,000 a month, you pay it all off. And the thing I hear people say is that, oh, but I got poor credit. Why you got poor credit? You borrow all kind of money?
Yes.
But that's another topic, It's like, stop thinking that way. Yep. It ain't your money anyway. You're borrowing money. You're not paying it back. Just put your money in the beginning.
Yeah.
So pay it off. You wouldn't have these problems. It's slippery slope. If you don't do this, guess what? So don't sit up here and hate on somebody who's got a better car than you because you decided to spend that money somewhere else. Something that you probably didn't need.
Shoes, right? And that new phone that you wanted to upgrade.
Shoes. I had these shoes for 3 years.
I cannot.
I wanted to make cello today.
Listen, I mean, it's what we tell ourselves, right? You're telling yourself that you don't deserve something that you want because of how much it costs, right? I don't deserve that. So if you continue to take yourself through that nasty pattern of I can't have that because I don't have this, you'll never have it because you're always sitting in the same spot. Like, oh yeah, I want this, but I can't have that. What or those people who overspend and they are like, oh, I'm gonna just buy what I want. It's cool, but you're telling yourself that you're worth what you're buying, right? You don't. When you put limits on yourself, you're telling the universe that you don't deserve any more than what you have, and that's what we're gonna always go back to. What you're putting out in the universe about what you deserve, what you want, what you need. It's always oh, well, let me count how much money I got. Okay, and I can't buy that. No, I want that, and I will get that. It may not be right now, but I will get that. Not, I can never have that.
Yes, it takes sacrifice too, because when you told me that one day, and the reason why I was always a penny pitcher is because I was holding on to when I grew up. I was holding on even when I was cutting the edges on the bread for the kids. Just yesterday, what do you call it?
The crust.
The crust. I was cutting the crust off the bread, and I started the conversation on to Brianna. I said, Brianna, there are kids in Africa. You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna put this on my kids, because that's how I grew up. They had a better life than I did. But the thing is that you get what you want. Get what you want, because you can always make more money. And the thing is that people are like, I can't make more money. But guess what? You don't want it bad enough. Yep. No matter what it is, if you want to get shady, if you want to make more money, you don't want it bad enough. People used to tell me, it's like, well, you got this and that. Well, guess what? Me and you, babe. Me and you is like, well, you guys have a nice house. You guys have a pool, all this stuff. But guess what? We made sacrifices. We both deployed, and you were taking your boy out. We both deployed. And it's like, we made a sacrifice. We made a sacrifice to get up in the morning at 6 o'clock. Well, 6 o'clock for the Air Force. At 4 o'clock for the Army. We made that choice.
Yeah.
We didn't just call in and say, hey, I'm not going to go to work.
Yes. Yes.
Those are sacrifices that we make in order to have a better life.
Yes. You make a choice, and then what are you willing to do for what you want? Like, are you willing to give up as soon as you start because you don't see the results you want? That goes into losing weight. That goes into what you're trying to do for a job. When you're trying to change careers, what are you willing to do for what you want? Are you willing to give up as soon as you get in? You don't see what you want. I ain't lose no weight in the first day. I'm done. This diet ain't good for me. This lifestyle change, this crap is too expensive anyway. Like, you make an excuse for it not gearing the way you want to, but then when you have to stick to something, you're finding reasons not to stick to it. Oh, I couldn't find any healthy snacks. I couldn't find this. Oh, yes. I can't just drink this nasty water. This ain't doing nothing for me. I mean, the excuses that flow from people when you say, hey, I got a 30-day challenge that you can do, that I guarantee you will lose weight. We have a 45 money day back guarantee. I guarantee you will lose weight if you follow it to a T. People come back, they be like, I didn't lose no weight. This didn't work. Why didn't it work? Did you stick to it to a T? Because we can guarantee you will lose it, but because you're changing your lifestyle, but you can't guarantee somebody something if they picking like, oh yeah, I want to drink coffee, so I'm going to keep drinking my coffee. I want to drink alcohol, so I'm going to keep drinking my alcohol. Wait, there goes your 45 guarantee, because now I can't guarantee that if you're not following exactly what I tell you.
It's just even looking at you, I say, hey, I want a body like her. Or I want a body like him. But it's too hard to get that body. Once you tell me what you have to do to get your body like say for instance, you work out twice a day. I see you work out in the morning, I see you work out at night, you're taking some shakes, some healthy eating and stuff, and I want it too. And the thing is, here's what people do. It's like, once you tell me everything, all the consequences you have to make, I say, yeah, I'm going to try that. But then I look at somebody else who is not as you want, and I notice that the route for them to get there, it's easier. So then I go looking for this. Well, what are you doing over there?
Yep.
Oh, you don't eat all your food.
The squirrel.
3 times a day? Air snacking? Oh, you eat cheese? Oh. Well, and then I go home like, hey, well, Johnny at work, he's eating cheeseburgers. And he looks great.
Yep. It's what works for everybody. It's different. Yes.
But you don't know what he's doing. He's working twice as hard as you.
Exactly.
Twice as hard. If he was because 70% of your diet, your body, it is what you eat. Yep. 7% of your diet. Only 30% is working out.
If that.
So if you want it the right way, you need to listen to people. Look at even when they say if you want to be rich, look at people who are rich. Talk to people who are rich. I'm going to talk to Ron down the street who ain't got no money.
None. Not a dime.
No, but hey, Ron. Yes.
But you're still hanging out with him because y'all friends for years ago, right? We've been friends for so long.
That's the point. We've been friends for a very long time. It's hard to let go. I'm not saying you have to let go, but you need to find some friends who are in a higher place
Yes.
than you want to get to.
Yes. Because you can't never level up.
We run in circles.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to get to this point in my life, but I have nobody around me to help me get there. So when I have these discussions, it's like, it's almost like you talking to the same people from high school. When you see them, they want to talk about high school.
Yep.
I'm not trying to talk about high school anymore. Let's talk about our future. How do we get to this next level?
Yes. Leveling up is what we need to be doing. I mean, I look at a lot of people, like, I'm going to talk about me. So a couple years ago, we went back home to St. Thomas on vacation, right? So I was stationed in Montana, and we went back home. And for St. Thomas, we were on the jet skis. And back then, the pictures were, I think I talked about this before. Back then, pictures were not on camera, not on phone. It was actual pictures. When I got back to Montana, huh? Yeah, it was the just a camera, right? You have the disc and you have to print it or whatever. So got back home to Montana, developed my pictures, and I looked at the pictures and I was like, oh my God, I look horrible. I am so fat. I am so fat, right? So this is before my first deployment. When I tell you, I looked at them pictures and I was disgusted with what I saw. But my everyday, I didn't see it because I looked in the mirror and I didn't never, you never look at yourself and analyze yourself, right? I was on the Depo-Provera shot, which the negative was you gain weight. Well, I mean, I got comfortable, right? Because I was getting my shot. I wasn't really working out hard. I was just doing whatever. So I get these pictures back and I instantly call my mother and I'm like, Mom, why you didn't tell me that I was fat? She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I am utterly disgusted with myself. So right after that, I deployed. So on a deployment, yes, you don't get it, like you get the basics, right? But it's about what you're doing for you. Like, are you choosing to eat the unhealthy section or are you making a choice to eat the healthy? Because they give you both healthy and unhealthy, right? I was making sure I ate my portions. I was working out. I was running. I was running a whole lot. And the heat probably played a part in it too, right? So when I got back home, I was where I was so happy. Like I was skinty. I was sexy. My sister says, you need to eat a steak. You are too small. But that goes back to my mom telling me I wasn't fat, and then my sister telling me I was too skinny. But I was comfortable. So I thought I was too fat, and I thought I was good. But what we do is we allow other people to tell us where we should be. Mentally, they weren't trying to, mess with my head. It's just what they thought and where they thought I should be. Because my mother said, you're fine, but I thought I was fat. And my fat and your fat is different, right? I'm not taking away from somebody who be like, oh, you always, y'all, you think you fat. Let me show you what fat is. It ain't a competition. It ain't a debate. I think I was fat from my thought process. And that's just going back to girls who they say, you need to gain some weight. Why? If she is happy with where she is, allow that woman to be who she want to be. And I'm not telling y'all, if you like to be big, but be healthy, right? So you can live longer. So when you're overweight, your body is struggling to be where it needs to be. You're always tired. I mean, if you're big and you love it and you love what you eat, be you. Not changing it for you, not telling you nothing different. But if you want to truly be where you want to be, if you're skinny and you love being skinny, do it big, girl. And that goes for men too. If somebody's telling you, oh, you're too big, but you love it, then love it. But if you know you want to change something about yourself, make the change that you need to change for you, not for anybody else. So if you see something out there that works for you, do it. But be committed to what you want?
So I personally know several people now. I know several people now who do what they do and say that I don't want to lose much weight because my husband likes the way I do it, or I don't want to work harder because my husband likes me working here. It's almost like your spouse is holding you back. But if your spouse
Yes.
really loved you, he wouldn't hold you back.
Yes.
He would help you and be there for you no matter what.
Support somebody where they want to be, not where you think they should be. It is never, and that's back to the mental. Nobody cares about your mental until, like we say, we put up a boundary. And then the first thing you want to say is, you're being nasty. You know, you're nasty to people. I'm not being nasty. I'm speaking my truth and I'm doing what I need to do for me. What makes me comfortable, what makes me happy. Because if I continue to live my life trying to please these people who don't respect me, who don't care about me and my feelings, then I'm continuing to submit and commit to other people and their thoughts. So then I lose who I am trying to commit to what somebody else's thought of me. And then you have several people, like, one person tell you, oh, you know, you should be like this. The next person tell you, you shouldn't be like that. Who are you listening to? Who are you trying to be? If you're always listening to somebody else and their thoughts about you, who are you? Who are you being?
It's almost like you, my beautiful wife. I went to work, know that I went to work dressed down. And I said, man, I'm trying to get over this. That you said, no, don't dress down for no one. And the minute I went in, everyone knows. They were surprised. And I'm like, well, first of all, and I probably got the fix because I said, well, first of all, I still dress better than y'all right now. But because they have an expectation.
That's that word, expectations.
Yeah, expectation. They had an expectation of me. They said, no matter how we dress, we always expect you to dress up here.
Yes.
It's always got to be overdressed and underdressed.
Yes.
Even with the body, even with working out, it's like, damn, I'm here. This is how I feel. And then you go to some place and you're all dressed up, but you see somebody else that looks a whole lot nicer than you. You're like, man, I listen to this person. They said don't work out as hard. It's okay. You look great. And I'm like, man, I could have been ready for this moment. Right now, this guy has got me beat. Look at his shoes. Look at his shoes, man. And I was like, I should have known to pull up my night shoes. Or something. It's really all about, no matter what everybody else thinks, it's about how you feel. Don't dress down in life.
Stop downplaying yourself for somebody else. Yes. Yes. If you want to wear your fancy outfit, wear your fancy outfit. Who cares? You want to wear your diamonds? Wear your diamonds. Like, stop downplaying where you are in your life because somebody else hasn't leveled up to where you are. So now you're like, well, okay, she can't wear nothing. She don't have this, so I'm not gonna. She's the wrong person to be taken out with you if you want to dress up here and she wants to dress down here. But y'all can still go out looking however you want to go. You don't have to commit to anybody else's ways. Like, if I want to be fancy and wear fancy clothes, I'm gonna wear it. It ain't gotta be a special occasion. It don't gotta be nothing. I'm gonna wear it because this is what I want to do and how I want to look.
And with that, I recall one time it's like, hey, what you wearing? Well, I'm gonna wear this. You're overdressed. Don't wear that. Okay, then I'll wear this. I'll wear a polo shirt and some jeans. We get there, and what does he have on? He's wearing a button-up shirt, nice shoes, some slacks. And you're like, dude, how about you said don't want to dress?
Yep.
What's he doing? He just signed you up. Yeah, he wants to be the better looking one.
Yep.
I'm like, man.
Yep.
So don't listen to other people. You cannot listen to other people. Go out, dress the way you want to dress, look the way you want to. Because there is no one else in life you need to please but yourself. And your loved one.
Yes.
Yourself, you are number one.
If you can't love yourself, nobody else can love you. That's the real deal about it. You cannot love yourself. Your expectations of how somebody else should love you is downplayed by the fact that you don't love yourself, so you don't know what you want. So every time something happens, you're thrown off because you are so busy not knowing that you don't even know what you want. You don't. You have no clue.
And with that, even in relationships, people try to fit this character that they think their loved one wants.
Yes.
But they are not being true to themselves. It's like, all right, well, this is what he wants. This is what she wants. This is the way I'm gonna act. He likes to have a home cooked meal, even though we're both working.
Yep.
It's like you're
Yes.
doing everything to please this
Yes.
other person,
Yes.
and if they're not giving you the same amount back, but regardless, it almost like now it changes, goes to communication piece.
Yes.
You gotta communicate with me on this. Because guess what? It's not one way anymore. It's not like, hey, the man's a breadwinner. Oh, those days are long gone.
Long gone.
Yeah, you gotta be able to. We hold on because we are a team. We are a team. We do things together. If I'm hurting, I can't do it, then my other half is there to give my help. That's just the way it is. And that's something that I've learned. And sometimes I learned it the hard way. But I did learn a lesson.
People always want to downplay somebody else because they did it first, right? So you go out there and you're like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Oh, nice. What's that mean, oh, nice? Like, but then you attach yourself to their response. You're like, well, was I not good enough? Am I not good enough to do this? Oh, you don't think I was great? Oh, okay. I mean, at this point, you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up for somebody else's opinion? And I always say it's somebody else's thinking because they can't get to where they want to be because they limit their self. They self-sabotage themselves to not level up. So if you continue to go out there and hold on to that past hurt, right? Because we were hurt when we were kids. You take that hurt into your adulthood, but you're still hurting and you're hurting everybody else around you because you can't let go of what you used to do or what used to be or what used to happen to you or what so-and-so did to you back then. And for me, if I stop, like when I say I don't talk to somebody that doesn't benefit me. So I had a relationship, I had a friendship, and it no longer suited me. I outgrown you. It is nothing against you that I've now moved on. I'm not going to hold on to somebody or something that no longer serves where I am and where I'm going. And I'm not trying to be mean or rude, but if you want to stay in that same place, and that's just like growing up, right? When I joined the military, people back home used to say, when you getting out? When you gonna stop doing that? When you doing this? And I'm like, you think to yourself, oh God, maybe I do need to get out. Maybe I do need to go back home. But then when you look back, them fools is still in the same place, doing the same thing, nothing better. And I'm not retired and moved on with my life. But they still home doing the same thing in the same way with the same people, but they wanted you back there because that's how we work. We commit to what somebody else thinks we should be doing instead of committing to us.
Yeah, and the thing with that is that the minute you gain a little fame is when they want to start riding your coattail. But where are they on the way up? And that's what I'm looking for. And it's a hard lesson because I thought that people would actually be there as I'm climbing the ladder. But no, I noticed that no one's holding the ladder for me as I climb.
Nope.
But the minute I start, when I'm already halfway up, they say, yo, look, he's actually doing it. I'm going to try to go there and hold that ladder. No, it's too late. I done got up here now. Oh my God, I got someone else to hold that ladder. So if you don't want to be with me as we're starting out, then don't try to come back and say, you just say, well, I lost contact with no, it doesn't work like that. Even a little bit of fame that I've had in my life, I've noticed people who kind of doubted me, they didn't doubt me then. When that happened, they want to, hey, Reggie, hey, what's going on? Hey, man, it's been a minute. No, don't comfort me now.
Yep. It has
It's
been.
like when I was, no, because they're like, yo, look, he's going somewhere. Well, it's almost like, hey, Brady's never gonna get that truck started. He will never get that truck started. The minute I start that truck and I start taking off, yo, see that? They're gonna all jump on that truck. No, you want to hear their process of trying to get your truck working?
Yep. Yep.
So where those are the people I'm gonna reach even right now, and we're farming on way to talk, right? Because when we're farming to talk, these people who've been trying to what them support us, it's like, it's and I'm probably talking to myself right now. You know, I'm probably here because this is something like I didn't realize it until we started talking, having these discussions. You know, where were you this whole time? Where were you? Were you watching our live videos? No. But we got a new crowd. A new crowd who's going to see us grow. A new crowd who's going to provide support. Even just yesterday. That person reached out to us and was like, hey, have you guys thought about this? But I know I got this connection over here. I'm like, this guy's willing to help us and we don't even know him.
Not a blink. He ain't never met us in a minute, but offering like, hey, reach out to this person, do this. I seen y'all doing this.
Yes.
But that's what it is. It's always strangers or people who are not closest to you that support you the most. And it's sad that your family, I mean, they're not as supportive. But they got their hands out. Remember?
Yeah, because it's a remember me?
I'm your family.
Yeah.
We grew up together.
Yes. Yes, red light, green light.
Oh.
Hey, what? I'm telling you.
But nobody thinks about the mental, how it affects that person, right? You don't know. It's all connected. People will take from you. And you keep giving, like hoping one day they're going to be like, you know what? Thank you. Truly thank you for what you've done. And now that you've helped me, let me help. Because at this point, when you down, they ain't nowhere there. They're like, hey, what you gonna do? You struggling? Wait, what's the word is? I would have never expected that from you or that to happen to you, right? Like they hold you to this expectation of where they think you should be based on their thought process. And then you bring yourself back. It's always us bringing ourselves back to somebody else's level because they thought about how we should be. They expect us to give them money. And I'm not about it. Like I tell them all the time, I'm not supporting that. Like I'm not giving you nothing. Because in reality, you make a choice, right? You make a conscious decision. Bills come around, and I'm not saying that people don't normally struggle, but what are you doing to get yourself out of that struggle? How are you dealing with the struggle when you're in it? Are you always trying to find that quick fix, right? We robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's one of my biggest things. Stop robbing Peter to pay Paul and figure out how to pay everybody, right? Are you going out to eat when you know you shouldn't be going out to eat? Are you picking and choosing? Like, are you drinking water or you going to the store and buying some soda, right? We paying $1 for a water, or we paying $2 for this soda. I mean, where's our savings? Like, what are we looking at? What choices are we making? And that, like, we choose water or soda when it comes to health. We choose water or soda when it comes to payment and how much we're paying out. But you always looking for that help when you didn't make that conscious decision in the beginning, right? So, hey, bro, hey, sis, can I borrow $50? But last week, you was balling out of control, eating out, buying new phones, buying new shoes, buying new this, but now you want me to loan you $50, or you want me to hook you up. Your prices is too high. Can you hook me up? I mean, we family, right? Like, can I get the hookup? Can I get your price? Can I get what you would? But you ain't willing to put that sacrifice in there for yourself. But you want me to hook you up. You want me to pay for the thing that you failed to pay for. Because what? We family? That's what we do? Everybody always wants a quick help and quick fix, but never think about how they got themselves there.
That's right. And there should be anyone out there. They will come to you when it's already too late.
Yes.
And that's the wrong answer. Once you start seeing it that things are not looking good for you, you need to start reaching out. Hey, I don't think in 2 months that I'm gonna have to go. I'm not gonna be able to pay this. Help me figure out a way to get
Yes.
out of this.
Call the people and be like, I can't
Don't call me
do
when
this.
it's too late.
Yes. Oh, but bro, I'm 6 months past due. 6 months. 6 months. Where we at? Where were you month overdue? Like, how do we get where we get? And then what do you put your expectations on somebody? What do you think you're doing to that person when they have to tell you, I can't help you? I can't. And it's like they hold you to this. They hold you to this like high standard. Well, you have to help me, right? You have to do this for me. You don't gotta do nothing. You don't have to do anything. What are you willing to do for you? What are you willing to do for you? Is what you have to ask yourself in every avenue of your life. Are you listening to people, or are you doing what you need to do for yourself? Because every single choice, we all have a choice. Every single choice you make affects what you do. So always sitting there complaining, it don't do nothing for you, but get you more of the negative that you didn't want. Always sitting there talking about, I can't have this, I can't have that. You will never have it because you're sitting there complaining about not having it instead of figuring out what you want to do. Because sometimes the how we get it doesn't really, it's not up to us. It's what are you willing to do for what you want. Right? So you go, you say, I want to be, let's say an easy thing, right? I want to be a author, right? I want to write a book. How much times a day do you write something down? Do you write your thoughts down? Do you even sit down and say, this is what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to commit to? Or you just think that the magic paper and pen is going to just produce itself and go to the publisher and just be done?
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to be this great athlete. You think you're going to be a great athlete sitting on the couch? What are you doing? What are you committed to doing for what you want? Ask yourself that. What is your commitment level to you? Because it doesn't matter what you tell me. Because I could say, hey, what do you want to do? And you'd be like, oh, I want to write a book. Okay. What's your book title? What avenue do you want to go down? What do you want to do? What do you want to write about? We could talk all day and you could do it like this. But when you take action to get what you want, that's when things start to flow, right? I want to write a book. Okay. What's my topic? Think of that first. Sit with it. And then let it flow to you. You want to be an athlete, right? Are you getting up and going to run? Are you getting up and going walking? Are you doing something to get yourself closer to that goal? Or are you continuing to just sit there and be like, I'll be an athlete. You see me? I'll be an athlete, right? I'm being great, but you ain't doing nothing. You're just sitting there. So everybody sits around doing nothing and think they're going to get something.
That's right.
But yeah. So we are going to end this call, and we will come back next week and chat again about what our mental health is doing for us. Everybody have an amazing night.